going on, YouTubers, gamers and fellow hobbyists, and welcome to P&Q, my weekly question and answer series where you get to ask me questions or put comments to me and then I respond to you the following week. I record these on a Friday, upload them for Mondays, so obviously it's Monday if you're watching this on the day of release. Right, now you can do this one of four ways. You can put your comments or questions down below in the comment section on YouTube. Or you can email me directly at miniwarzone@gmail.com. There'll be a link in the video description below and that'll give you an anonymous response. Or if you make a video series yourself on YouTube where you ask a question, I do one, it's called Q&S, weekly question to my viewers. So if you do something like that and I pick it up, then I'll answer that here as well. Or if we just meet in person and we talk and you ask me a question there or whatever, and I think, oh, that's cool, I'll talk about that on P&Q, then I'll put that on here as well. Now this week, little fin on the ground, I've only got one video question, no emails, and I haven't spoken to anybody in person with regard to something I could talk about on this show. Let me just centralise myself a bit there, that's better. I was kind of like all over the place there. Right, okay, so I've got the questions here, but I'm going to start with Black Country Wargamer, because he's the one from his Ask My Audience series. This is the video question I have that I've picked up this week. He was talking about Little Green Men, a game like some sort of younger people's war game, I'm guessing, like with kind of a Subbuteo-esque mechanic to it, which is kind of interesting. He asked if you ever heard of it and what do you think of it. I haven't heard of it, well, not until watching your video. Since then I've seen about 3 adverts for it. I don't know if that was on YouTube or Facebook or a combination of the two. From what I've seen of it, it looks quite cool. Yeah, it looks alright actually, Little Green Men. You mentioned Subbuteo. I'm playing with toy soldiers as a kid, and I did the same with my friend. We'd line our soldiers up, we'd chuck marbles at them or whatever, and you know, flick things at them like elastic bands or something. To kind of emulate the gunfire and you know, the tanks and bombs and so on. And so this looked kind of cool. It looked alright. Not something that would interest me now, but if I had younger kids, I possibly would get them into it. Possibly. So it does look cool. So that was the video question. So I'm moving on to the comments or questions, whatever they may be, from last week's show. And my last P&Q was the one where I was walking out to Plymstock and doing it as I walk. It was my walk and talk episode, I called it. The first comment comes from Atomic Dog Scale Model Freak. He says, very cool video, love it. I'm surprised you didn't get hit by a car, haha. That was because there was a lot of cars, a lot of traffic going past what is called the embankment where I live, with a smiley face. Now, you know, I aim to please for my audience, but I'm not going to get hit by a car. No. It says, I hope you got a ride home. Yes, I did, thankfully. Have you ever thought of converting a battleship/aircraft carrier into a warboat for 40k? Something I've been thinking about for the Green Tide to take care. Yes, I have actually. You mentioned that. I've wanted to do a boat or ship for some time anyway, and I'll probably never get around to it. But I'd like to. I have thought about that actually, for 40k'ing it up a bit. Yeah, I've no more specifics than that, but I have thought about it. And if you do that, then I'll pay close attention to what you're doing, because that looks really cool. And if you're going to do that, perhaps you could do a mini series on it, perhaps, of how you converted it. And that'll give me ideas then. Yeah. Right, next question comes from Jim White, who says, how far did you walk during the filming of this video? It's actually around about 4 miles, which isn't a lot for some people, I know, but for me it's an awful lot. Who I struggle to go around my valley or go up the local shop, so 4 miles was a big deal for me. But yeah, that's how far. Just over 4 miles I think it is. And the next question comes from Idicbeer40k, who says, certainly different, lol. Sadly Fritz is totally blocked and cannot open another YouTube channel, with a sad face. And are you tempted by Star Wars Legion? Well, I was talking about Fritz and how he got his YouTube channel shut down. I did find out after making my video that he was totally blocked and couldn't open up another YouTube channel either, which is bizarre. That's bizarre, to get totally blocked. That's really odd. Because I always understood, you know, if you did get your channel shut down, you could still open up another channel. But that is really, really odd. Oh well. Are you being tempted by Star Wars Legion? Not yet. Possibly I will in the future, because Star Wars. I don't know. I mean, I haven't been tempted by X-Wing. The spaceships and that, you know. So, but this possibly, who can say? I'd need to see more about it and find out more about it. But I mean, at the moment, my interests are right currently Congo and Walking Dead. So you know, got my Walking Dead zombies. That's rubbish. Trying to get it to focus. I'll pick up another one, right? No, it's not focusing. But that's what I'm currently messing around with. I think. Bear with me. If I go on to here. Now it should focus, or at least better than it was. See that? And yeah. So painting them, well, I've painted them, they're done. Monochrome, as suggested by Carl from Black Country Wargamer. And yeah, so that's what I was doing. So I was just sort of back to manual focus now. But yeah, so that's what's occupying my time now. So I don't know whether by the time I get to Star Wars Legion, whether it'll still be on my radar or not. I'm not sure, but I will look at it. Super War Gamer is next. Says, LMAO, that flood wall is so funny. And there's a flood wall along my local embankment that they built to try and stop the water coming over, which really isn't going to work, guys. You know, anyone in the council, that's not going to work. Oh, he's got another question. He says, will you consider getting a fixed camera arm to hold the camera for you when you do your next walk and talk? No, I won't have one for my next walk and talk, but I have looked at them. The trouble is, I'm wary of them because they vary so much in price. I mean, we're talking huge variants, like, you know, anywhere between £20 and £500. You know, really, really big difference in price there. So, but it is something I would like, but like I say, I'm wary about trying something like. Oops, I'm just trying to. Don't want to be like disappearing with the camera. I don't want to be spending money on something like that and then it not really work, or it doesn't, or it works but it doesn't hold up to the usage it would get. So yeah, but I might take the plunge. Alright, 2 more questions left, so another sip of my coffee. Okay, we're on Millennium War Games, who is next, and it says, is there a game system or models you have bought that never have met up to the hype? Not really. The closest thing I can think of is Gates of Antares. And the reason it didn't... It's not that it didn't meet up to the hype as such. The reason... It's a game system I bought, and when I got it, and it's really cool, and it's a really great game, but there's one aspect about it I don't like, and I've had it for ages now, and I just cannot get my head around it, and that is the game mechanic of rolling to shoot. Now your models have like a ballistic skill, and the higher the ballistic skill, the easier it is to shoot your opponent. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's, you know, like Warhammer and that, but they have a ballistic skill number, say 5, and then you roll dice, and you have to get below that to get a successful shot on your opponent. And I just cannot, for the life of me, get my head around rooting for low numbers when I'm firing. When I'm firing or shooting, I want high numbers, and I want it to be successful on high numbers. It just psychologically, to me, feels better if you're rolling high numbers. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, for things in games like leadership checks and you know, that kind of thing, and morale, you want a low roll, and that feels right. That feels like it should be a low roll. But for firing, I don't know. I want to be rolling high, so that aspect didn't appeal to me. The models are fantastic, the lore is fantastic, and the rest of the game system is pretty good. You know, for the most part, but yeah, it's just that one thing. So it's not really not meeting up to the hype. Just didn't quite make the final cut for me. That said, I probably will be getting back into it at some point. Right, Frost and Fists is the last comment here. Oh, this is quite funny. It says, great episode as always, my brother. By the way, sorry for my last comment. I meant great childhood memories, not greasy childhood memories, lol. Anytime you see me write greasy, autocorrect has gotten the better of me. I enjoyed the high colour along style of this episode, by the way. Take care, Wolf Brother Mephos. Well, first of all, let me just say, before I go into your comment, I'm super chuffed that you are, you know, you're all settled in your new place, and you know, and everything's cool, and you're all alright, and you know, nothing too bad has happened. That said, bit of a bummer you got like a 2-hour drive to work now, but you know, I'm glad you're okay. To your comment though, normally when people write comments like on here, for instance, and I read them out, and they've done a typo or something, I don't even bother mispronouncing it. I just correct it anyway, what I think they mean. But I really did think you meant greasy. I assumed greasy was, I don't know, some kind of Americanism for great. I don't know, but I got your meaning, so you know, I understood that you meant great childhood memories, but yeah, I thought greasy childhood memories. I thought that was just it must be a saying they have in Texas, or you know, you American folk. I just assumed it was a saying, but autocorrect always gets the better of me in a lot of instances, and yeah, so I feel your pain there, dude. Yeah, but thank you for watching. I appreciate that, especially with all the, you know, how busy you are at the moment, and that, you know, it means a lot. But you know, I understand if things are too busy for you right now anyway, and it's important to me that you get yourself sorted, and I'm just glad to see that you're still up and running on YouTube, and so I can still follow along, so that's cool. And that is the last question I had or comment, and that is it, guys. So thanks for watching, and remember, all brushes lead to war. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.